Good morning, family. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Friday. I'm more inclined to believe it's the 10th, I think. And I came on to make a statement and to first apologize for the statements in which I made, okay? And then I will dissect it, okay? But all I ask is that you hear me out, okay? Now, I do apologize for the statements that I made in reference to not understanding a male's position on the gay lifestyle. That doesn't mean that I disrespect it. That doesn't mean that I don't like it. It just means all I said was I don't understand it, okay? And the reason why I don't understand, and just hear me as a woman, okay? Because it seems as though it's a little touchy for a woman to make such statement. Now, I don't know if it would be different if a man make this statement as opposed to a woman. But let me give you the position of a woman, okay? Now, in our defense, a lot of our issues stem from our relationships with men. From the beginning of time, we, in my opinion, were brought here to be a helpmeet and to be a rider in the triumphs and the shortcomings and all these different things that men undertake, as well as being a helpmeet. However, we as women have been hurt beyond repair, okay? In my position, I've been hurt, oh my God. Okay, I've been hurt by women. I've been also hurt by men. I haven't been hurt by women in a relationship sense because I haven't had that. But as far as, with men, my molestation started off with a man. My relationships and all the things that happened, all the perils in it has been, from the hands of a man. And I'm certain that I stand amongst a great deal of women and ask, what is it that we have done? What is it that we have done? Because we as women, and nor can we talk about it. We cannot talk about it. We have to grit our teeth and shut the fuck up and just roll with what is. But we have a lot to contend with, men. We have a whole lot to contend with. And a whole lot that we have to grit our teeth for. Either we're not fat enough, we're not small enough. We're not light enough, our hair isn't long enough. We don't do this way, we can't cook. Whatever the case is, at the end of the day, and it's not a color situation, because I don't want to just make it about color, because it's not. I'm certain different women from different races can also stand in agreements and say that a lot of our pain have stemmed from men, okay? And so I don't understand why when I say that I don't understand it. The reason why I don't understand it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we have been brought here to be a helpmeet to a man. Okay, we give, and keep on giving. Some of us are willing to walk a plank of hot coals for our man, and have done it. I have. Okay, in my marriage, I was willing to do it all, for my husband, to keep things intact and things of that nature. And I stand amongst a lot of women that have. But what I'm saying is, for us to be as giving, and for us to have given so much of ourselves to relationships and to men, and for a man to turn around and say, well, you know what, we don't want y'all no way, we want to be with another man. There's no woman that's going to understand it. There's no woman that's going to that is going to understand it. Now, we can't do nothing but respect that, and as I can't do nothing but respect it. But for me to not understand it, that makes me a particular kind of way. That makes me, like I'm bashing the community, or I'm being disrespectful. No, I'm not being any of that. I just don't understand it. I'm sorry, I don't. Because I feel like I've done nothing, as far as contributed to the way a man would treat us. Okay? From the beginning, I was mommy wife. That's it. And then also as a small child, I didn't ask to be molested. I didn't ask to be fondled. I didn't ask about none of that. But all of that came from the hands of a man. Okay? And then as I began to date, and I'm certain my story is no different from a great deal of other women. You know, as we continue to date and go on about our lives, a lot of the hurt that we've endured have come from the hands of a man. We don't get paid the same. We're not looked upon as the same. We're not respected the same. Basically, we are to just basically look good, sit in the corner, and be seen and not heard. That's not totally fair. But then we can't say anything about it, because once we mention it, then therefore now we're wrong. You shouldn't say shit about it. You have nothing to say. And if you say something about it, I'm going to release you as a friend. I'm going to condemn you. I'm going to dislike you now. I'm going to hate you. I'm going to make your life hard. I'm going to, fire you from your job. All kinds of things will happen once a woman begins to speak. Now, it's okay for us to raise our children on our own, but if, I guess we can't talk about that either, but it's running rampant. Men, you have to understand, we are hurting as women, and we are going through. We are going through. We need some help. And then to also add on, well, you can't say nothing about our lifestyle and how we live our life. You can't say nothing about what we do behind the closed doors, and you can't say nothing about this right here. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I understand, brothers. I understand there's a great deal of men that ain't got nothing to do with what another man ain't standing up and taking care of. It's not your burden to bear. However, it's bigger than me. This whole situation is bigger than me. I'm just one woman with an opinion. And like one of my male subscribers, he said, well, Tina, they feeling a little bit, feeling a particular kind of way about my statements, and like I'm wrong, and all I'm saying is I just didn't understand it. I just is it wrong for me to say that I don't understand it? I don't understand Spanish, but does that mean that I dislike Spanish people? Hispanics? That don't mean that. It just means that I don't understand Spanish. That's all it means. That doesn't mean that, I don't like you because I don't understand you. Okay, because you are a particular kind of race. Okay, I don't understand your culture. So being that I don't understand your culture, I don't like you. Okay, there's some ignorance on my part. Because as a woman over 40 years old, there's certain things that, I guess you should be versed on. There's certain things that you should know. But because of certain things that I don't know, does that make me, what does that make me? Because I don't understand it. That means that I just don't understand. But men, you have to also understand, when it comes down to a topic like this, and it comes down to the way we feel, our voices should be heard. It really should be. Because nobody is asking us how we feel about it. Now, there's, it seems like that's why I made the statement, is it by design? Because there was a time that it wasn't as rampant as it is. Now, it seems like, especially in the entertainment business, there's more so men that are, that have alternative nice lifestyle. I don't want to say gay because somebody going to get mad. But there are so many men in the entertainment business. Not all of them, but there's a lot that are, gay. Let me just say it, that are gay. But does that mean that we don't like them? No, that don't mean we don't like them. But if you ask any woman alive, do she totally understand it? And no, she's not going to totally understand it. That doesn't mean that she doesn't like you, boo-boo, as a friend or as a comrade, brother, Bronco driver or whatever. That don't mean that she doesn't like you. It just means that she doesn't understand. Because how could we understand when that's not what we were brought here for? We were brought here to be here for you guys. We were taken from a rib off your side to walk alongside of you. So if we were brought here to work in conjunction with you, then of course we're never going to understand, okay, well, fuck you, we don't want you, we want him. What woman is going to understand that? But we are put in a position now that we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. We got to contend with it. It is what the fuck it is. But there's not going to be a woman alive that's going to totally understand it. No. Because we feel as though we were brought here to be with you. And then that's just something else for us to deal with now, because a lot of men saying that, look, we don't want to be with you, we want to be with him. So how are we going to contend with that? I mean, come on now. And it's like, okay, some men will look at us and say, well, you know what? I don't want a black woman. I want a white one. Or I don't want a white woman. I prefer a Hispanic woman. Well, hey, that's just one other thing that all of us women, all nationalities, sizes, shapes, colors, have to contend with, because a man has his preference. But when a woman makes her states her position, or makes her point, then therefore we're condemned, and we're set up and looked upon as, oh, I can't believe she said that. Oh, I can't believe she did that. Oh, I can't believe, excuse me? But we have to contend with all of this. We're out raising our boys, a lot of us, on our own. We don't know how to turn a boy into a man. We don't know that. Okay? But this is another thing that we have to contend with under the hands of a man, that a man have done to some of us. But if we make certain statements, then we are wrong. I don't think that that's totally right. I truly believe that you guys need to also understand our position as well. We as women are hurting right now. You know, and then to meet a man that's not putting out his sexual preference, and then come to find out later on he's been sleeping with you and him, and you not even knowing. How many times does that happen? You know, all I was saying was, we don't understand it. I don't understand it. Okay? I don't understand it. So does that make me whatever? Then I guess that makes me all of that you say that I am. Now, when it comes down to my children, hey, my children, all I could do is be the best mother that I could ever be. Okay? Now, whatever my sons or my daughter choose to do after they leave my home is not my burden to bear. My burden to bear right now is to get them out of school and teach them life lessons, teach them respect, morals, values, instill good judgment in them, teach them the way in which they should be going. But after they leave my home, there's nothing that I could do with that. There's not a damn thing I could do with that. Because now, as it stands, after 18 years old, their burden to bear is not my own anymore. It's his or hers. So then, therefore, whatever they do out there in them streets, then they have to contend with the repercussions of that. But as of right now, my kids are my everything, and I have to do what I have to do for them and love them past their pains and their transgressions. I never once said that, some people cannot be born this way. I believe it. In my family, though not putting out my personal business, yes, I do believe that some people are born a particular type of way. And that's fine. Still, does that mean that I don't like you? No, that don't mean that I don't like you. Of course, it would make any woman that birthed children in the world, just like if a woman birthed a child in the world that comes out with some form of disability. In the beginning, you're going to question why. Why? What did I do wrong? Did I not take enough folic acid? Did I not, was my iron level low? Was it, was it that drink that I took, right before I found out I was pregnant? Was it that secondhand smoke? We're going to question it. Period. We're going to question it on what happened. Why did this happen? But yet and still, when it comes to men, I can only assume now that we can't question a damn thing. Whatever it is, and we have to contend with it and deal with it. And I don't think that that's totally fair. I don't think that that's totally fair. We have been to the window and to the wall as women. All of us. Okay? And this is why I don't understand the position that some women hold to be angry with another sister or another woman or, whatever. When I say sister, I don't put a color to it. Okay? But as it may, I don't understand why women are mad at one another when we are all in the same gang. We are all in the same struggle. We are all contending and dealing with the same shit. Not getting paid the same, not getting accepted for who we are, not looked upon as an equal. We are all in the same game. So even still, I don't understand why women are pitting against one another. I don't understand it. But it goes to show that we are frustrated, we are hurt, and we're riddled with pain. And this is why, you know, women are the way they are and acting the way they are and all this other kind of stuff. And the bottom line, the common denominator, look at the common denominator. I didn't make it up, nor did I write the rules. It's just something that me as a woman have to contend with. So does that make me a bad person? Does that make me be looked upon as something else other than Tina? Because I have a position to state? Seriously? I know I'm probably all over the place, but I just woke up and I'm reading my messages and I'm seeing that brothers is mad at me right now because I stated my position. But why are you mad at me? If this is a decision that you decided to make, or a decision that that was placed upon your life, that a decision that some men didn't make that decision. Some men aren't that by design. And when I say by design, there's a lot of people with all kind of different fetishes. A whole lot. You know, and you know, men are a little bit more sexual than women. That's going to be another controversial statement, because some man is going to say, oh no, well, I was with one woman and she wanted it more than me. But at the end of the day, it leads us to come in with fill in the blanks on why is it that a lot of men have betrayed us and have treated us, and will continue to treat us a particular kind of way. But then for me to make a statement about it, I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Am I? Because if this is who you are and you're comfortable with who you are, then you shouldn't give a fuck about what nobody got to say about it. Truthfully, I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about you and your circumstances or your situations. I wasn't talking about you. I was speaking in generals. I was speaking merely in generals. In my own personal opinions. I wasn't calling out anybody in the video. I wasn't any of that. A lot of times when I'm talking, I be on a roll. Okay? Some can dig it, some cannot, and that's fine too. But, you know, I'm not a person that's going to riddle some type of hurt on another person. That's not my position. That's not who I am. You know, but I am a woman with my own sound in mind and my own decisions to make. I am a woman that should be able to say whatever the fuck I want to say, but I also understand that in this time and day, you know, everybody's a little touchy. I understand that, you know, you can't speak of racism because Paula Deen did that and that was the end of her. For now. Okay? So there's certain things that you can and can't do. But saying something and living that is two different things. Just because I'm saying that I don't understand something, I'm not out gay bashing. I'm not out voting against Proposition 8 and this and this and this and this and this. I say to each his own, really. To each his motherfucking own. As long as you're respecting others and other people's opinion, but you're not respecting my opinion though. Because basically what you're saying to me is, so fucking what, you don't like it, bitch. This is what it is. I'm gonna quit watching you, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna watch you. I'm unsubscribing from your Instagram, and I'm mad at you because why? Because I said I don't understand it. Some of you don't understand my lifestyle, but it's mine to keep.